Hey guys, so it's Fun Friday and I'm reacting to something a little bit different today. I very much suspect that I might have ADHD. I have not had any kind of diagnosis or anything. As crazy as this sounds, I was playing a game and some stuff kept popping up about procrastination problems. And when I followed it and did the quiz inside, it said, you might have ADHD. And since I have a researcher's brain, I immediately started to dig deep into ADHD books and ADHD videos. And I was really surprised to find that a lot of the tips and advice that a lot of people with ADHD and ADHD experts are recommending would actually work for me, which has been such a delight for me at my age. I've been talking to people about it and I said, I'm Gen X. And for Gen X, if you were ADHD, you definitely did not talk about it. That would just be too revealing. But what I love about this new generation, Gen Z especially, is how they have all these great words for things, words that have already existed, but they've taken ownership of it, like narcissist. I really didn't know what narcissist was till maybe 10 years ago, I think was the first time someone said it to me. And I was like, what is that? And they had to explain it to me. And now narcissist is thrown around like crazy. Gaslighting. I think that's a fantastic word. I had no idea what that was until last year when somebody did it to me. And then somebody told me, well, they were gaslighting you. ADHD was one of those things when I was growing up that you didn't talk about. It was kind of like autism. My brother is autistic. And people didn't really want to see autistic people out in society, which was really stupid. You'd be amazed how many people have told my mom and myself to take my brother home because they didn't think growing up that he should be out in society, which I thought was absolutely absurd. But it was a common thing in our household. I've often wondered over the years if there was something wrong with me because I know I think differently than other people. I miss out on a lot of cues, but I can feel like I have a perception at times when I do something wrong. So, that kind of rules out the whole autism, Asperger's spectrum. But like I said, I've been watching a lot of this ADHD stuff. And today I'm going to watch this girl who I think is fantastic. Her channel is called How to ADHD. And look at this. She has 1.88 million subscribers. Think about how many people that means might actually have it. I heard a statistic recently that says something like as much as 25% of adults very likely have ADHD. And I'm like, interesting. Like, again, this was not something they talked about when I was growing up. So today I want to watch why the bullet journal is the best planner for ADHD brains and see if it's something that applies to me. Maybe it's something that applies to you. Now you may be thinking, if you have ADHD, why don't you just go get diagnosed? To be quite honest with you, I kind of don't want to know. I'm kind of worried that if I did know, if I did have a label for this, I might use it as an excuse to behave badly. You know what I mean? And I don't want an excuse to behave badly. I'd rather just keep being me and know that there are people like me out there, which growing up, I didn't know because nobody talked about this kind of stuff. But I like this girl. She's a little more emotional than I am, but I find her advice so incredibly interesting. So let's watch this together why the bullet journal, no idea what a bullet journal is the best planner for ADHD brains.
Hello, brains. It's that time of year, back to school. Or as I like to call it, ADHD New Year's. This year, it's all gonna be different. The past is behind us. We get a fresh start. I'm gonna be so organized this year. I'm not in school anymore, but I still get this feeling anytime I get a new planner or productivity app. Maybe this is the one. It has a calendar, a place for my to-dos. I mean, yeah, I stopped using the last one after 2 weeks, but the last one didn't have this. It even works. For a while. I can't wait to set it up or cross off my to-dos or fill in these boxes. And suddenly, I'm flossing every day and eating salad. Cut to 2 weeks later, those boxes feel bossy. The food tracker is overwhelming, and I'm back to the freedom of random post-it notes, lists wherever I feel like creating them, and notebooks full of ideas and epiphanies that I will never find again. Here's the ADHD conundrum. To stay organized and on task, we need structure because that's not how our brains naturally work. But then we reject that structure because that's not how our brains naturally work. Planners are structured predictably, consistently, logically, sequentially, neurotypically, and that's not how we work. There isn't a planner in the world that will know that you need 10 pages between June and July just to doodle. Not one that skips Mondays because some days you don't need a to-do list, you need a nap. And it's not even the designer's fault. Who could design something like that? I mean, seriously, unless a designer who also had ADHD designed a planner that was flexible enough to keep up with their brain, but structured enough to keep them on track, comprehensive enough to contain all the information they needed in one place, but simple enough that they could open it without getting overwhelmed, and adaptable enough that they could get bored with all of it and just change it the next week, and oh my god, someone did. The bullet journal is all that and more. I'll explain how it works in a second, and I even did a tutorial on it for you. But first, if you're like me and you love using pen and paper, but you feel guilty using it because obviously digital is better and more practical, and no, that's not true. Here's why analog can actually be better than your digital system. Although if you've found a digital system that works for you, ignore me entirely. Here's a cat video. 1. Pen and paper help with memory encoding. Our brains process information better when we write out the letters by hand instead of just hitting the keys. So stuff you write by hand, you're more likely to remember. 2. It's not online. Having a physical planner to refer to makes it so your goals, dreams, to-dos, life can't be intruded on by pop-up ads or an incoming text. For those of us who get distracted easily, that's a serious advantage. 3. It's still there, long after we've upgraded our phones or crashed our computers, which can help us to develop a sense of who we are and give us a record of life as we lived it. Okay, now that we've gotten the paper stigma out of the way, here's why the bullet journal is the best analog system for ADHDers I've found. It gives us the freedom of a regular notebook while providing the structure of a regular planner. How does it do this? Magic. I'm kidding. There are a few basic elements of structure: the index, a yearly, monthly, and daily log, a key, but you create it as you go and design your own layouts. So it's not only tailored to you today, it allows you to get bored and mix it up. And all you really need is an empty notebook and a pen. Here are the basic elements of the system and why they work so well for those of us with ADHD. The index. This is what allows us to create as we go. Want to create a list of every ice cream flavor you hate? Cool! Flip to a blank page and do it. Want to be able to find it the next time you're about to order ice cream? Put it in the index. I don't know why we didn't think of this before. Also, no more writing down a brilliant idea and being sure it's in your notebook here somewhere.
Right?
Wait, maybe this isn't the one. The symbol key. Shorthand system.
I don't know about you guys. I have hundreds of notebooks over the years, and I don't know what's in a single one of them. I start one and I'm like, this is going to be my work journal, and then this one's going to be my prayer journal, and this one's going to be my gratitude journal, and this one's going to be the one I doodle in. And yeah, you forget as soon as you close it. I've got one literally sitting right by my bed right now, which I've been just kind of using as a brainstorm journal. And then I've got like 4 more, 5 more on the shelf next to my bed that I don't even know what's in them. How about you? Is that a thing for you? Let's see. Symbol key. Ooh.
Systems are great for speedy brains. You probably already know this.
I've done some.
You probably already use a version of it.
I
You
do.
probably also forget what your own symbols mean. Writing them down for future reference? Brilliant.
I don't know about you. I created my own little shorthand in college. Like any word that ends with ing, I just put a G after it. A lot of times I'll cut out vowels. How about you guys?
Yearly, monthly, and daily layouts. There are infinite variations of this, but they all accomplish the same thing that's helpful for ADHD brains: natural visual limits of time, which can otherwise feel kind of unlimited to us. Migration, probably the best part of the whole system. I explain more in the tutorial, but basically, it keeps important things from falling through the cracks while letting unimportant things fade away. How, you might ask? When you have to handwrite a to-do over and over again and find space to do it, it makes you really question how important it actually is, which simplifies your life. But for those of you who really need the searchability of a digital system, and weren't you supposed to be watching cat videos? You can make it digital! There's a service called Evernote, you may have heard of it, that allows you to take pictures of your bullet journal and upload them to your private digital notebook. What? Staples, if you're watching, I'm sorry for the loss in planner sales. But on the bright side, I'll be buying a lot more pens. That's it for this week. Check out the tutorial and let me know how the system works for you. If you like what I do, subscribe. And if you love what I do, consider supporting me on Patreon, like these brains did. Did you ever know that you're mine? What? Edward says I have to stop before I get a copyright strike on my channel. He says you're welcome. Bye, brains. Check out the tutorial I was able to make.
I'm going to link her video in the grab your remote section, so then that way you can go down and you can click on this how to create a bullet journal. You can follow her, and I'm sure she's probably got a link to the bullet journal. There it is right there. That way, if you decide to buy it, you can give her the credit because she did the video for it. So all in all, I kind of want one now. How about you?
Okay, guys, so I actually recorded that part of the video earlier in the week,
And since then, I decided to go ahead and order the bullet journal. I don't know about you, I'm dying of curiosity. Now, I do have something that I think is similar, which is this journal right here. It has some of the elements that she mentioned, like multiple bookmarks. It's got some dotted pages in the back, weekly pages. It's got to-do lists. I thought this was a great idea when I saw it, and it's pretty much just a fancy to-do list with some dotted pages at the end. And then there's some calendar pages as well. There were some writing prompts. There were some goals for the year, and then just things that you could doodle with. I liked the idea, which is why I bought it, but I didn't end up using it too much. I think mostly because I forgot about it. Again, I hear that that's common in ADHD. But I was curious after watching this video and reacting to it, and I thought, hey, why not check it out, right? What's another journal? So I did order it, and it was actually harder to find than I thought it would be. Because when you look up bullet journal, everybody that's ever made one has associated the bullet journal with it, and they basically are dot journals. But it's like, okay, they're calling the dotted journals bullet journals. Now, after hearing what she had to say about the index, I think the index definitely intrigues me, and I wanted to go ahead and see what they have. I thought, please let it have numbered pages, because if it's going to have an index, I don't want to number the pages myself. So I did get it, and I thought I'd open it in front of you guys. And I will say on the back, it does actually say numbered pages, which I like. I don't know if you want to pause that and read everything that's on it, but if you do order it, you want to make sure you get the one that says bullet journal on the cover, like that. And the picture will show it with this. If it doesn't have that, that's probably not the right one. One way to look it up is BuJo, BuJo. I will put the link in the comments and in the description below just in case you want to check it out yourself. It looks like on the inside of the flap, it tells you where you can go to watch stuff on how to use it. That's interesting. Now, I don't know about you. I have actually created my own journals. I did it for my business channel. I had created 3 travel journals, some with LGBT-friendly covers on it, because I just felt like there wasn't enough representation in the community, and then also a straight couple as well. For these ones, I did what I would want in a travel journal, which was stuff like writing prompts and places to doodle, questions. And like I said, I just did it on a lark for my other channel, but I'm thinking I'm going to update it if this is any good. Definitely going to update it with page numbers because I like that idea, and I probably will put an index in the back. Right off the bat, looks like the index is at the front. You can see on the top of the page there, lots of dots and an index. Future log, more dots, definitely got numbers, and it is literally all dotted pages. It's literally the whole book, dotted pages. So that's a bit of a disappointment. I don't know, I guess I was hoping for more stuff to doodle on, kind of like this one has. So yeah, the only thing special about this is it's got page numbers. And then it's got some stuff in here, a book. This book says the system, and it's in a little flap at the back. It's got some stickers, days of the week, months, and some numbers. I don't know. I think I'll make my own, though. What would you want? After all the journals that I pulled out just a moment ago, I definitely want sorters, but I don't want anything that sticks up that sorts. I want it to show up on the binding here, you know what I mean? And I would probably use it for work, for creation. There's several things that I do, like books and videos, and the stuff that I need to do for work, and then there's the personal stuff. So I figure mine would have probably at least 4 to 5 categories. What about you? If you were to make your own bullet journal, what would you add? Definitely put an index in. I'm definitely going to put page numbers. This one would probably be perfect if it had page numbers. Would you want to-do lists? So that's the bullet journal. If you've ever used one, let me know what you thought. Put something in the comments below. Let other people know what you thought. I'll look at their system and then watch some of the videos, and I'll see if I send it back. If you're interested, if I create one or not, and you want to know, let me know in the comments below, and I will let you guys know if I create one and post one on Amazon or not. Grab your remote because I'm going to link one of these instructional videos that's about to pop up. That way, if you want to know more about the bullet journal and what the system is, you can just follow the original instructions and see if it'll work for you. Also, that's the video that Amazon thinks that you should watch of mine next. And thank you guys for joining me on Fun Friday. See you in the next video. Ciao!